We make our way back, Mr. Bill Bubba Bussey with a tech update today, an intriguing tech update.
But not as much as you see. But I still love technology, always and forever.
Now, Bubba, you had said earlier that you had a confession today, and then you changed that to a tech update.
Well, confession was a little strong.
Right,
but,
right.
Well, the strangest thing happened to me yesterday.
What?
You know, I had been resisting the move to get an iPhone 4.
By the way, the poll that was up that you would not make it to July 31st, 86% of the audience
I know.
said you would get it before that.
I glanced at that today.
Yeah.
How close is it to the 31st? Where are we at?
You got 2 more weeks, buddy. You got the rest of this week. Then
I made it 2 weeks.
You got 10 more days.
It?
Well, it's according to how long you've had it.
Here's the thing.
Really?
Hold on. Something kind of odd happened yesterday. I was leaving, and as I was walking down the steps here at the Broadcast Plaza and Teleport, there was a guy in a trench coat,
right,
like up under the down where the cars are, and he said, "Psst, hey, buddy, come here." Right. He said, hey, biggin, come here. Right. And I looked around and I said, who, me?
You got,
and,
you got any cheese straws?
So I went over and he said, I heard you might be interested in i4G. And I said, well, yeah. I said, I've kind of thought about getting one. He said,
I can get that antenna thing fixed.
And he pulls his coat open and he's got a brand new one in the box ready to go.
I knew that commander.
And he said, I'll let you have it at a deal. I said, really? I said, why are you getting rid of it? He said, well, I've got to pay for a trailer I got to get fixed. And I thought, well, yeah. He said, hit and run, tore the hinge off the side of it, can't open it. Yeah. Got some stuff in there and I can't get to it.
Right, yeah.
So I thought I'd help the guy out, and I ended up buying the phone. And
you know what you are, big-hearted.
I hooked it up, and and it's working. And I was worried there.
Let me see.
So all
any calls on it?
And all
how long have you had it?
Leave and call back. I want to hear
it. Speedy really did a good job. Really, as a staff, we came to this conclusion. There were two schools of thought here in the plaza.
Here, let me hold it.
Among the staff.
See if I make the bar.
There was conspiracy.
Show me the correct way to hold it.
Look, there was conspiracy Greg's theory that Bubba knew that the i4 was bad and he was staying away from it, but he didn't want to say it because he loves Mac too much and Apple. The other theory was, no, he's already got it, and he's hiding it from us, trying to make it to the end of the month. And I was in Greg's camp until yesterday when Speedy said he has not been bringing a phone in here anymore.
No.
And I said, that's a good point. And then he would go in his office and shut his door every day. And I was like, okay, he's got that phone. And he's just trying to make it. Well, and you realize the heat was closing in.
No,
you want to be open with it. You don't want to hide with your phone anymore.
The closing of the door thing, it is funny because, no, it was other things. It really wasn't that. Because if I had closed the door and had it laying out in the open, y'all would have busted me. Oh, yeah. So, but, no, I was on that conference call the other day and I had the door shut. And then I had to shut the door one day when Greg was holding court out in the hall and I couldn't hear what I was doing.
Right, yeah.
But that was
that was when he's laughing about them golf clubs.
But look, the good news, yeah.
So how long have you had it?
I got it the other day.
Yeah.
He's somehow blaming me for him closing the door.
And I almost made it to the end of the month.
Right.
But we've got an event this weekend, and I wanted to shoot some high-def video on it. So.
Well, I knew.
Well, you can do that. I just don't. I hope you ain't stranded. Need somebody to come bring you a tire.
I knew you were done when the day you went to get it, and they told you that you couldn't get it. I said he tried to get it that day, so he's done. So now he's pecking out there looking for one.
I made it.
He was done at that point.
I made it longer than I thought I would make it. So,
sure.
I considered it a personal victory.
Right.
But no, I've tried to make the.
I just feel sorry for Span. You told him yesterday you didn't have it.
Yeah, you made Span feel like you were on his side.
You really did.
Yeah, I'll let him know I got one.
So you lied to him.
Have you had any trouble with it, Bubba?
Well, in my mind, I really didn't have one yet.
And that's all that matters, by the way. Yeah, I've done that with a lot of things. Oh, I ain't got one yet.
No, I ain't got one.
No.
Let me ask you this since we brought it up. Were you actually on that phone during the conference call the other day? Because you sounded like I was going to order something from a fast food restaurant.
That was
horrible.
Yeah, that was speakerphone.
Yeah, that was right.
That was speakerphone. And I had to keep jumping in. I wasn't going to jump in, but Rick kept playing audio clips of me, so I had to defend myself. Yeah, I mean, we're on a conference call.
And Bubba's down the hall. He won't come in the studio.
He's like 10 feet from here, and I'd hate for him to get
Well,
up.
I mean,
I could have hit you with the phone from where you were.
well,
You could have yelled, and I could have heard you better than I
no,
heard you.
what it is, usually we come in here to the studio to do the conference calls, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, most of the time I'm just sitting here kind of listening, you know, I'll chime in.
Play
It
with the
wasn't,
phone.
it wasn't, no, I
had to sync his iPhone 4 to his laptop.
And the only reason,
No.
the only reason he had the door closed because I was loud in the hall.
Right.
No, I synced it at home.
Even
That
though you
wasn't
weren't
it.
here.
You know what he does?
Well, I've-
you know what he
I've
did?
actually-
He'd
I
shut the door and
actually,
hold and go, we're finally alone.
No, what's funny, perception and reality, how it varies. I actually have had it hooked to the computer sitting right in front of you and Rick both. And I had the book laying over it, and y'all didn't even notice
Right.
it. So I didn't have to shut the door.
You've been hiding.
But how funny. See, yeah, we'll be on the conference call, and Rick will get to doing that. So I have to jump in and defend myself. You know?
Well, when
Yeah, just my shoulder fell off yesterday, and you know Rick will go, "How funny!" And I'm like, "Oh God."
Yeah, well, when you don't want to be at conference calls, I have those two things, and it sounds like you're actually here.
I know. Well, I can do it. I had to do a deposit thing. I was behind on. I was trying to get all that done for the county. Trying to catch up.
All right.
So Bubba tried to listen in on conference call and not participate, and we started playing his voice.
So I had to chime in.
And his voice sounded so different because he was on speakerphone.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Bubba's theme song today on the program. He has cheese straws, he has peanut M&Ms, and he has an iPhone 4. Some people wonder if these are good choices for Bubba, but he's come to a conclusion. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. If being
He's just
right
giddy.
means being without you, I'd
Well, he's out and open now. He's somewhere high.
Rick, he's also figured out if you'll take a cheese straw and put it on the corner of that iPhone, that antenna will work.
down like this, baby. But long
You get a pop coffee on that one.
Little New Orleans chicory coffee.
Your friends tell
Hey,
you
put him on that tennis racket because I think you're forgetting tennis.
Well, just for a moment, he's forgetting tennis. Not for long.
if I can't see
Gotta go with my
when
You can't handle that much.
sessions in here together.
It's too much, you might explode.
I just feel so sorry for James.
I don't want to be